Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to another evening of New Oaks AI podcast. I'm your host, Leland Best of Best Studios LLC, along with my special guest, Ray Luan, CEO of New Oaks AI and EasySite AI. Welcome to the broadcast, Ray. How you doing?
Good. How is everything going on from your end?
I'm still sweaty. It's still hot over here.
Yeah, same here. Same
No,
hot.
I've been kind of adventuring my video work over onto TikTok. So we are actually broadcasting a behind the scenes version of New Oaks AI right now at Best Live TV on TikTok. So if you want to check it out from back here and see what I do and all the equipment and the monitors and things and still be able to hear Ray a little bit, go check it out
Yep.
back there. So thanks for that, Ray. All right, we're going to get right to it. We're running a little behind today because of some technical difficulties just a little bit earlier, but a lot of stuff going on, Ray, but mostly on Elon's end of the world, it sounds like today. You want to fill me in on
Yep.
what's going on? Sounds like his driverless Model A is going right to the consumer this time. What's the scoop?
Yeah. So last week, recently, I think it was the first autonomous driving vehicle, Model Y, was self-driven from uh, Tesla's Gigafactory in Austin to the customer's home. So it's the first vehicle that has been delivered by AI or or by a supercomputer. How to say that? It's very exciting news. I mean, for humanity, I
Yeah,
think.
so you basically wait at your front door now, and if you purchase a vehicle, it drives to you. Not like the enterprise rent a car where they have to have a person drive it. Now they just send the vehicle over.
Exactly.
That's pretty
So
amazing.
it's going to change the game for all the auto industry and also the rental industry. So the impacted business would be like the company like Uber, right? Uber
Sure.
or Waymo. Yeah. So because Uber hire a lot of drivers to drive on the road in the United States every single day to take people from point A to point B. But think about it. In the future, I think once Tesla's autonomous driving tech is released to all the Tesla owners. So for example, I'm a Tesla owner. I can, rent my Model Y out while I'm out of office so that my Model Y can, rent it out and drive people around, make money for me, right? So I literally the ROI will be like the general the average price of Model Y is like 50K. Um,
Really
you yeah, you can easily to make the money back within a year if the
amazing.
autonomous driving, yeah, is getting popular.
That's pretty cool. And I'm not one to even have gotten into an autonomous vehicle yet. So I
Yeah.
think I'm still a little scared to death to do it. I don't know why. It's
Yeah.
just you got
Right.
to have some trust on that, just to be able to sit in one of those
Exactly.
vehicles and know that
Yeah.
because do they put you in the driver's seat though when you get one of these? Like you're still in
Yes.
control if it fails. You just grab the wheel and keep going, right?
Right. Right. Yeah, they put in your they put it in a driver's seat, but the first test run of FSD in Austin, actually the security guy was sitting not on the driver's seat.
Mhm.
So it was the first time the security guy was sitting beside the driver's seat. Um, and this time the deliverer has no human in the loop at all. It's
Yeah.
no remote control by someone in Tesla headquarters, and there's
Okay.
no security driver sitting on the beside the driver's seat and watch out. So it's pure autonomous driving and powered by AI algorithm. So
That's
that's amazing.
crazy. So for all
Yeah.
of you out on TikTok who think AI has made improvements for your stuff, imagine what it's doing over here for vehicles. So just to give a recap, Tesla sends a driverless Model Y is the model in this case for the taxiest type service, you might say, to customers as a promotional stunt for its robo taxi technology was the idea. It was a good marketing ploy. I mean, Elon is known for that. But there's
Yeah.
also another thing that Elon's been up to lately. Everybody knows about Neuralink. It's something the world saw for the first time back in February, where a human was actually implanted with a chip. So tell me what the advancements over there have been lately, Ray. There's some new talk
Right.
about
So
Neuralink.
yeah, recently there's a I think there's a post on X that Elon mentioned about the progress of Neuralink. There are about already seven patients has been implanted with the brain chips. And I think the one of those benefit or implementation of Neuralink is that it's going to cure the blind people and the deaf people, right? Because also because it literally can put the chip in the brain of the patients and activate the area which cause blindness or deaf. So it means that from now on in the future, there will not be any people like was born in blind or deaf anymore.
Sure. So what was the massive upgrade that he announced the other day? Was it more about the fact that it is going to be able to tap through the brain's neurological system to get to hearing, or is he implanting chips that are able to pick up signals and then run them back through? Because obviously their hearing is damaged, usually from the ear itself or the ear canal or the eardrum. So all he's doing is intercepting the signal and sending it to another location, right, where the brain can interpret it. We talked about this the other week, where the human brain's much more different than trying to train something that lives in an electronic or inorganic world, where if we plug into the brain, it learns the signal. It interprets the signal on its own. We don't have to train it in code on what to do. It just figures it out. So that's where Elon's made huge improvements in being able to establish a true connection to those synapses that we have inside our own system. So pretty cool.
Exactly. So from technology perspective, in the hearing, the sense of hearing outside, literally there are two sensors, right, for human. One sensor is our eyes. It's like a camera. The other sensor is our ears. It's like our mic. Speaker or earbud, something like that. It's literally a sense for the voice, but eventually I think the people who are experiencing blindness or hearing loss is because the part of their brain is not functioning. It's not because of the sensor doesn't work. It's because of the central computer, like their brain is somehow dysfunctional. So the idea is to implement the chip into the brain and to activate the area that was dysfunctional for either sight, seeing, or for hearing, so that it can cure the disease. And also, I think there's another benefit for people who got ALS. Not sure whether you're familiar with the disease. Like literally, your muscle is not it's frozen. It cannot move anymore over time. Because I also have a coworker actually got this kind of very rare disease at TikTok. So over time, his arm cannot raise up anymore, and he's losing mobility. He's literally there's nothing he can do but lying on the bed, just wait for the come of death. But with the Neuralink technology, I think there's a hope for ALS patients. They still can work with their brain, to operate a computer with the brain wave. Literally, it's like passing the electronic signal to the computer, and still like make programming or design work, even though the muscle cannot be moved anymore, right? His muscle cannot be moved anymore. So I think that's a huge benefit who got ALS and blindness or deaf. So
any real neurological issue. Yeah, but the blindness and deaf are huge, because I actually was diagnosed with CMT, which is also a neurological, it causes severe neuropathy within my own body system. It's basically the demyelination of the nerve cell connections. And what that's like is imagine a coax cable, where you have a surface over top of a cable line. That's the same way our nerve systems work, really. And as they break down over time or by disease, the covering, you might say, starts to fall apart. And what happens is now we lose control of the muscle structure because the nerves aren't firing correctly. I was just recently diagnosed. If I'd have been diagnosed at an early age, I could have been severely crippled. I don't have the severest form of the disease. It's called Charcot-Marie tooth disease. So there are
Okay.
patients that could also be treated in that regard because they get debilitating issues, even blindness. That is another thing that
Wow.
can be caused by
Wow.
CMT. So yeah, I can
Wow.
see that helping a lot of people in a lot of different areas when it comes to disease. So looking forward to it.
Wow.
All right. So just to wrap that up, Neuralink's brain chip claims to restore hearing in patients already. And, he's going to work toward the blind, I'm sure, before long. And the adoption of the advanced AI technologies continues to expand across all of these industries as a whole. So we can only see bigger and better things before the year's end. And speaking
Yep.
of AI, Ray's got a couple of announcements out there for EasySite, new design. They actually have that ready and rolling already, right? Right.
Yep.
Let me head
It's
over
already
and let everyone
live.
see it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
probably had it up here before we went down. We had to reboot the entire system before we broadcast tonight, but here we go. This is the new look for EasySite if you want to get it in the light mode. Now, can we switch from here to dark mode, Ray, if we prefer dark mode?
Yeah, on
Or
the top right corner,
there it
there's a
is. There's
yeah.
my light. I like
There's a
to
light
turn off the
bulb.
light.
Yeah. Yes,
So
exactly.
what do we got going, Ray? Well, besides the new design, it sounds like you've got the light theme, which is something a lot of people requested because not everybody likes dark themes. But you've got a beginner's tour guide now that people can follow. Where can we find
We're still building that. So the
that? Oh,
beginners
gotcha.
tour guide, yeah, we're still building that. So it's going to be released either tomorrow or by the end of this week. So the idea is that, well, the reason behind the scene is that we actually has a lot of features, but we put it on the settings of the project.
Mhm.
So from the data analysis we have done, that people rarely go to the settings when they build the website, and to see they're missing a lot of fun and very useful features, versus they spend a lot of time and tokens just to chat with AI and tell AI to do, it's either SMTP setup for sending emails or for SEO title and description setup. All of these kind of things can be actually done by the settings. So I figure for for people who are not familiar with these kind of vibe coding tool, it's better to have a beginner's mode, which means that give you a beginner a tour guide of what it can accomplish, right? By just click through to understand the whole system and spend less tokens, but be more efficient.
That's nice. And if you
Yeah.
haven't caught on to that, Ray did basically assign now a token platform so that you can simply buy your tokens from Ray through the system rather than even connecting your Cloud API if you don't want to. And that's what I've been doing for the most part, but we're going to be looking into some other stuff that I'm building as well. So after the beginner's tool time, you have some token saving tips that we want to talk about though, because, and let me show people real quick, Ray. This is a dashboard that I developed back in the day. This was a little bit before everything started. So I can't actually go back, can I, Ray, and see how many tokens it took for a particular project before the update took place? But I can go into some of the later projects, right, and actually find, like this was one that didn't pull off. So if you ever see this show up, it means either your Claude tokens are gone or your Easy AI tokens are gone, because it'll create a blank website. Okay, that'll be the only thing you'll get in response if you don't have tokens to fulfill the task. But as some of the other stuff that I've built, Ray, do you have a way that we can do that? Can we go back and see like how many tokens were spent on a project?
Yeah, you can go to your open router, I think. Go to your open router
Gotcha.
settings. So to see the token spent per project over there.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get over there. So let me just flip back. So he's saying basically head over to the open router would be under the not the MCP tools. I'm lost
No,
for a second.
no, I think it's under the you need to go back to close that settings, not under settings. Yeah, under your expand your left, the menu on the very
yeah, you're right. Okay,
right. So
good to
that's
know. No, this is good because I need to find these things every now and then, and I forget where they're at as well. So as far as the open router goes, oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay. So this will show you how many tokens you have left and how many you've used. So I've used, almost 1 million tokens on this particular project alone. And that's because some of the iterations were rather large. Like I ran through, the biggest iteration was adding a lot of components like the Google login and things like that. and authorization stuff. So this was literally a 400,000 token generation, which I thought was pretty big, but I know I add a lot of stuff all at once, Ray. And that happens. You have to be prepared for that. If you're building something big and fancy and elaborate, you got to expect to spend some tokens. So what else you got, Ray?
So the tips is that to save tokens, that if you have a prompt which asks AI to execute like 5 steps or 5 subtasks, I think the best practice is to break the long prompt into 5 smaller executed steps and do it one by one. So it will save much tokens than otherwise. You write it in a longer, very lengthy prompt. So that's one thing. And the second thing is that I think a lot of users still do not know that you can actually use a selection mode, which means that when you want to change very small part or local changes on your website, always, on the right hand side there are 2. The left one is selection mode. Select one element and write the AI prompt to change only the selected elements, right?
Oh,
and the other
that's kind of nice. I like that.
Yep. So it save a lot of tokens, and also visual mode. You can manually change the elements. But for some of the elements generated by AI was variables, right? It's not a static HTML, so it cannot manually use the visual edit mode. So the combination of selection mode and visual mode will do better and save you a lot of tokens. I think that's the tip that maybe the user want to know about.
Yeah, and I know I've played around. It's always easier as well to use the smaller prompts, because if you're using some huge prompt, you're asking the AI to try and understand the construct that you want to make based on a lot of comments. It's easier to just tell it what you want right away, not how to build it. We've said this over and over again. Don't try to tell it how to build, just tell it what to build. And it seems to work much better.
Especially sorry, to just one more.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Thing, especially when you already built up the whole website, right? And you want to make tiny changes, but you tell the AI, for example, I have a very good example to showcase, example to show you. So one of our customers built a beautiful website, but he only want to change the icon of Twitter or X on the footer. So he wrote a prompt say, please go through the whole website, change every single icon of the Twitter from the bird sign to X sign. Okay. Well, if you do that, the AI is going to read the whole code base of your website. That was what I did. It's going to cost you, it's going to cost you a lot more tokens. Versus the other way, the alternative doing that is just to go through like 4 or 5 pages with the icon, use selection mode to change that in one shot, right, at a time, and then it only consumes very less tokens but accomplish the same thing.
What I'm showing you right now is the link Ray sent me to his customer's website that he developed. This is the gentleman we were just talking about, the doctor. Managed to put this together using EasySite.ai. So you can see this is top quality production, guys. This is not just your run-of-the-mill website builder. I've used Lovable, I've used Bolt, I've used a couple of the other newer ones that have come out recently as well, and I still have yet to find a system that builds as well as quick. Now, I know Lovable's done some upgrades, Ray. Have you kind of been keeping abreast everything Lovable's doing so your competition isn't one-upping you over there?
Yes,
they've been advertising on TV. I just saw an ad for Lovable today on TV for the first time.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Are you serious? Wow.
I'm serious. I was watching it today on Spectrum Cable. So you want to keep that in mind. They're out for blood, man. They want it.
I don't want to do it. Maybe one day they will do some Super Bowl ads. That's crazy. They're gonna have $1 million, no, like over $10 million for ads like that. That's crazy.
It's a funny ad though. It really is. He comes in and walks in with a laptop, and it's like, it's been 2 hours, guys. Aren't you done building that website yet? Or it's been 2 days. How come you guys aren't done with that website yet? And then he shows how he does it in like 2 minutes. I've got it all done already. Okay, you guys are fired. And it was basically mocking
Yeah.
that they came from Meta because they were like workers and that's the only way they knew how. They got the guy in the back with the VR goggles on, like
All
trying
right.
it was
That's funny.
nuts. But we're gonna add VR to the homepage, right? And he's just yelling, "No, we don't need VR on a website. What are you talking?" Go watch the commercial, guys. Look up Lovable. I'm sure there's a YouTube video of it already. So
that's very amusing.
All right.
Yeah.
So that was Dr. Stevens' demo website that you just saw at follydoc.uk. So if you want to go take a look at what's buildable and what you can produce on EasySite.ai, just follow the link. Like I mentioned, it's one more time, if I can find it, I just had it on the screen here. It's Dr. Stevens at https follydoc.uk, follidoc.uk, and then head over to EasySite.ai and build your own. Okay, Ray, do we have anything else? I know there aren't any updates to New Oaks, but we do always want to mention them. Two communities out there, guys. But go ahead, Ray. What is happening over at New Oaks? Is there anything special, new builds, anything people are doing out of the ordinary?
Right. There are not much news about news, but there's only some like important updates. So we finished migration from our EU server to global server. And most, so if you still have some issues or bugs, welcome to email me at support@newoaks.ai. And secondly, we fixed the bug about the voice web call widgets, which is good. So just those were minor changes of Newoaks. That's pretty much it.
Ask you, Ray, what voice system is plugged into New Oaks so that we get it? And let's go one step further than that for a minute. We have a couple of minutes here. Because Ray has connected New Oaks to EasySite, it's actually an instant build of a web chat widget if you build a website and ask it to connect an AI component to it. So from that, Ray, where do you see New Oaks? It's just going to stand where it is, but let's let them know a little bit about what it's capable of for those people that might be watching, never heard of New Oaks before. Just give them a rundown.
Sure. So New Oaks is super AI agent, which is utilizing different AI models like Anthropic or OpenAI and Gemini, and also DeepSeek. It can do a couple of things. First, it can make appointment booking and do lead capture, and also it use ChatGPT's real-time audio API model, which is capable of making web voice calls. Means that your user is able to talk to the AI in voice in and voice out in real time, just to get some information about your product or even make appointments over voice. So, and the reason that we integrate New Oaks with EasySite is that New Oaks is a great tool as customer service or lead capture, and EasySite is website or app building tool. So the combination of those two tools make EasySite much more powerful than its competitors like Bonio or Lavo, because we focus on not only building website, but also building a high converting website with the capability of interacting with your customers with using AI agent and also capture leads, eventually even make appointments with text or with voice. Gotcha. So
very well done.
That's I
had to make Ray give his own 30-second elevator pitch there, just out of the fact that I felt good. I love to hear Ray talk about his product because he's so into it. I just have to tell everybody out there, I've been with Ray watching him develop both of these projects since easily October of 23, I think it was when we first, or November of 23 when we first met. And since then, I've been producing his podcast for him, but I've also been using the product. I've purchased the product from Ray and I use it all the time. So just be sure and know that this man and his team are doing everything they can to make sure that this product stays on the top of the product charts. Product number 1 out on Product Hunt when it comes to EasySite AI, and New Oaks was like number 3, right? On Product Hunt?
The first number, I think the first one is number 2. And
Yep.
Yeah, I think the first one's number 2, right? But EasySite came to number 1. The second, so we finally got a number 1. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all we have for the New Oaks AI podcast tonight, everyone. We got to let Ray go back to work so that he can work on the latest feature updates at EasySite AI. So I want to thank everybody for coming, including my guest, Ray Luan from Beijing, coming in like he does every Tuesday to talk about his product and give us a heads up on where he's headed. So thanks for that, Ray. We appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you, Dylan.
All right. You have a
See
good
you
one,
next
Ray. We'll see you next week, 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Eastern. Go join the community. I'll leave a little close here while we close out, Ray. You go ahead and take off. All right. That's it for the New
Yeah.
Oaks AI podcast tonight. I just want everybody to know there are 2 communities. You can head over to Facebook and get involved with the New Oaks AI community. Head over there and also look for the EasySite.ai community where you can just hang out with everybody and talk about the applications and get to know how to use and operate them at your leisure. So this has been Leland Best, your host, and I am out of here for the next episode. Stop by Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, where we'll talk about more stuff, AI. And be sure to stop by tomorrow at 12 o'clock where we'll have the best AI podcast. Take care, everyone. Have a good day, and we'll see you next time. All right, not the greatest episode we've had out here, guys, but I think it went pretty well all in all. I see there's nobody hanging out on the feed anymore, so you guys must have left before the show was done, or this didn't excite you enough. So that's okay. We don't impress all the time. We're just out here to show you how we do things from behind the scenes. I still mess up on lives every now and then. That's just the way it is. It's not an easy thing to do all the time. So this has been Leland Best, aka Spitfire, hanging out at Best Live TV. If you missed the podcast and just showed up, head over to YouTube at New Oaks AI and watch the stream from the other end, which is just wrapping up, which we're going to close right now. So here we go. And that is it. The stream has ended.